Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. In an absolutely shocking twist that has left Miami Dolphins fans reeling, star wide receiver Jalen Waddle has reportedly agreed to terms with one of the team's biggest rivals. Yes, you heard that right. The rumor exploded across social media late last night and has dominated the sports world ever since. Waddle, who just last season dazzled fans with his explosive speed and dynamic playmaking abilities, is allegedly set to leave the sunny beaches of Miami for a franchise that has been a thorn in the Dolphins' side for decades. The news hit like a bolt of lightning, instantly sparking a frenzy of reactions, with fans flooding Twitter, Instagram, and every corner of the internet trying to make sense of this bombshell move. This, folks, could be one of the most impactful transfers the AFC has seen in years, completely shaking up the balance of power within the division. For those who follow Jalen Waddle's career closely, this rumor is particularly tough to digest. After being drafted 6th overall by the Dolphins in the 2021 NFL Draft, Waddle quickly established himself as one of the most electrifying young receivers in the league. His chemistry with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa became the stuff of legend in Miami, rekindling memories of their college days at Alabama. Waddle wasn't just a player, he was a symbol of the Dolphins' future, a cornerstone of their offense, and a fan favorite who lit up Hard Rock Stadium week after week. So to even imagine him donning the jersey of a rival team feels to many like a betrayal of the highest order. The emotional response has been overwhelming, with fans expressing disbelief, anger, and even heartbreak over the possibility of seeing Waddle lining up against his former team. Now, let's talk about the rumored destination, the Buffalo Bills. Yes, that's right. The very same Bills who have been locked in a fierce rivalry with the Dolphins for decades, battling for AFC East supremacy. According to several insiders, including some of the most reputable NFL reporters, the Bills have made a stunning offer that Waddle simply couldn't refuse. Details are still emerging, but the contract is said to be massive, making Waddle one of the highest paid wide receivers in the entire league. If this deal goes through, it will send shockwaves not just through the AFC East, but across the entire NFL landscape. Imagine Waddle catching bombs from Josh Allen, adding yet another weapon to an already dangerous Bills offense. The thought alone is enough to terrify opposing defenses. What makes this move even more controversial is the timing. The Dolphins were seen as a team on the rise, poised to make a deep playoff run with Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Tua leading the charge. Fans believed the franchise was finally turning the corner after years of mediocrity. But now, with Waddle seemingly on his way out, those dreams have been thrown into serious jeopardy. Speculation is already rampant about how the Dolphins front office allowed this to happen. Was it a breakdown in contract negotiations? Did Waddle feel underappreciated or undervalued? Or was he simply lured away by the prospect of playing for a team with a more immediate shot at the Super Bowl? These are the questions everyone's asking, but so far, neither Waddle nor the Dolphins have made any official statements. The locker room reaction, according to sources close to the team, has been one of utter disbelief. Several of Waddle's teammates reportedly had no idea this was even a possibility. Some players are said to be furious at the front office, believing that more could have been done to keep him in Miami. Others are simply shocked, unsure how to process the news that one of their offensive leaders could soon be wearing enemy colors. Tua Tagovailoa in particular must be feeling blindsided. His connection with Waddle was one of the Dolphins' biggest strengths, and now he faces the prospect of stepping onto the field next season without one of his most trusted weapons. It's a seismic shift in the Dolphins' offensive identity, one that could have long-lasting ramifications. From a strategic standpoint, this potential move is a masterstroke by the Buffalo Bills. Acquiring a player of Jalen Waddle's caliber doesn't just bolster their own roster, it weakens a direct divisional rival in the process. Waddle's unique combination of speed, agility, and route-running precision makes him one of the hardest players to defend in the NFL. By adding him to their already potent offense, the Bills could be positioning themselves as the undisputed kings of the AFC East. And let's not forget the psychological aspect. The Bills and Dolphins have developed one of the NFL's most intense modern rivalries, and stealing away one of Miami's brightest stars would be a symbolic victory as much as a tactical one. For Buffalo fans, this is a dream scenario. For Dolphins fans, it's nothing short of a nightmare. Still with us? And then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? Of course, it's important to remember that as of now, this is still just a rumor. No official announcements have been made by either team or by Waddle's representatives. But the sheer volume of reports and the credibility of the insiders fueling this story have led many to believe that it's only a matter of time before it becomes official. Already fans are speculating about how the Dolphins might attempt to fill the gaping hole Waddle would leave behind. Will they pursue a free agent? Look to the draft for a new wideout? Or could they try to make a blockbuster trade of their own to soften the blow? One thing's for sure, if this deal goes through, Miami will have to act fast to regroup before the start of the new season. Meanwhile, Jalen Waddle has remained completely silent amidst the swirling rumors. No cryptic tweets, no Instagram posts, nothing. That radio silence has only added fuel to the fire, with fans dissecting every possible clue about his intentions. Some argue that Waddle's silence is a sign that negotiations are indeed happening behind closed doors. Others cling to hope, interpreting his lack of communication as evidence that the rumor is false and that he's staying put in Miami. But with training camp just around the corner and rosters soon to be finalized, the clock is ticking. Everyone in the football world is waiting on pins and needles for the next development in this dramatic saga. The media frenzy has been nothing short of spectacular. Sports talk shows, podcasts, and YouTube channels like this one have been buzzing non-stop, analyzing every angle of this potential blockbuster move. Commentators have debated its implications not just for the Dolphins and the Bills, but for the entire NFL playoff picture. Some believe that if Waddle does indeed make the switch, the Bills instantly become Super Bowl favorites. Others caution that chemistry and fit are just as important as raw talent, and that Waddle's transition to a new system might not be as seamless as many assume. Regardless, the speculation is relentless, and fans everywhere are hanging on every word, every report, every potential hint about what's really going on behind the scenes. At the end of the day, this is what makes the NFL so captivating. The league isn't just about what happens on Sundays. It's about the drama, the rivalries, the unexpected twists and turns that keep us all glued to the screen. Jalen Waddle's rumored move to a bitter rival encapsulates all of that and more. Whether you're a Dolphins fan mourning the potential loss, a Bills supporter ecstatic about the possible addition, or just a neutral observer who loves a good sports story, this is a moment that will be remembered for years to come. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be here with all the latest updates, breaking down every development as this jaw-dropping story continues to unfold right before our eyes. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.